What up, guys? That Comic Awesome here with another review. Today doing Batman number 40. And oh my, this is good. Tom King, Joel Jones make a wonderful looking, great story. First, again, cover. I really like the cover. Kind of takes place on last issue, but I'm not going to split hairs. So, to kind of catch you guys up, Batman and Wonder Woman made a deal with a guy called the Gentleman, and he protects Earth on a different plane of reality from an everlasting horde of demon monsters. And the demon monsters are fueled by pretty much our own lives. So the more we live, the more these monsters come to destroy what we live for. And the Gentleman protects us. So long ago, Batman and Wonder Woman promised the Gentleman to give him a break. Say, hey, look, we'll replace you for a little bit, let you get out of there, stretch the old legs out and all that fun stuff. But there's a kicker. Time in the place where the Gentleman is flows much differently. So out in the real world, couple hours pass, whereas with the Gentleman, it's like decades. And so that leaves Bruce and Diana alone in this everlasting fight, with minimal downtime to rest, pretty much for 30 some odd years. So let's jump right in. At the end of the last one, Catwoman has just kind of discovered this, and so she's like, look, I don't know who you are. That's like, did they know that time flowed differently there? And look, Joel Jones draws some good looking people. And I don't mean like good, like as in like detailed. I mean like attractive. Like the men are good looking, the women are good looking. Everybody in this book is attractive. And I'm not going to lie, that's the way it should be. This is fantasy. In a fantasy book, everyone should be good looking. Anyway, so Catwoman confronts the Gentleman, who she was supposed to kind of take him out, enjoy, for some rest and relaxation. He wants to meet up with his wife, and she was like, whoa, your wife? Like, you've been fighting this horde for millennia. How do you have a wife? So he's like, time flows different. So he asked if she knows. And of course, at the end of the last issue, there was a little bit of a cliffhanger where Bruce and Diana, again, 10 years later, may have had a little moment. But it gets close. And again, I kind of have to respect both of them, because, they both have significant others. But at the end of the day, Diana says, Bruce says, I love her and I miss her. And Diana says, sounds like she's a good woman, just as my Steve Trevor is a good man. And like Steve Trevor, and Selina deserves someone who is also good, so be good. And that leads into one line that, I kind of had an issue with. So, again, look at this. This is, again, very sexy, but very mutual between the two of them. And then all of a sudden she's like, hey, friend, if you're not able to be good, if you're not good as your friend, I'm going to, pretty much beat the crap out of you. And it's like, well, quit egging him on. So anyway, the Gentleman only wants to see his wife for a little bit. So Selina, who is obviously now very irritated, says, okay, we'll go see your wife, and then you get Batman and Wonder Woman back here. And this leads into probably one of my favorite parts. their interaction. So this is his wife. He says they're married, but then he's like, I don't really know how marriage works. I know that I love her, and I always will. So she sees him. She recognizes him. His name's Julian. And then it kind of goes back. So that was 10 years. Now we're at 24 years, and Batman's kind of like, having trouble. He's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. She's like, look, we're going to do this together. And then it skips back to 19 years. And I kind of like this. They're kind of ribbing on Superman. It's like, does he always have to say up, up, and away? It's like every time. It's like you think he would get it, and we know there's no other way he could go than up, up, and away. So I kind of thought that. But this part right here, these 2 pages, made me like, at first I was like, I didn't like it, but then I thought about it, and I'll explain why I liked it. So Julian and, his wife, who he loves, are having kind of the, again, a couple that haven't seen each other. She's catching him up on everything. She's a detective. She just got like first honors in her detective class, this and that. And Selina's kind of just like third wheeling it. And then finally she's like, look, we got to talk. So she's like, you said briefly, how long it's been? He said, do you know how long it's been? Another hour or two? And she's like, and what's that to them? And he said, a decade or more. And she's about to be like, wait, what? But then, at first I didn't understand why she's apologizing here and saying she's sorry. But then I realized that in her head, she's thinking, you love this woman, and an hour, that means 1 hour here is a decade or so in this other dimension. And that's how long you've been without the person you love. And I think that's when she kind of realizes, and she's like, I'm complaining because I've been without Bruce for an hour or two, and Bruce has been away for, to him, it seems like decades. But she realizes, like, he's been doing this too. Like, look, you haven't seen your wife in what seems to you thousands of years. To her, it may have been like a couple days, 2 or 3 days, maybe a year or so. But she kind of has that realization. And like I said, I liked that. I liked the fact that she kind of realized, you know what? This is important. Go ahead. And then again, you just get some really good art. So anyway, they continue fighting. Excellent dialogue. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to give too much away. But hang on, I'll show the end. So they come back, and there is a nice little back and forth between Batman and Catwoman, where she says, they said next time that, Selina would definitely be coming along. And she said, with the both of us, perhaps the hoard will not be so everlasting. Implying, girl power. But then Bruce says, I have something to tell you. A moment. She said, 37 years, Wonder Woman, were you bad? And he said, not bad, but not good enough either. Which, again, I get from a man's perspective. He's saying, look, I didn't cheat, but I was with Wonder Woman for a long time. My mind may have wandered, and I may have gotten close. And she was just like, okay. He's like, this, this whole inner relationship is new. I'm trying. She said, try harder. Again, I thought that was a really kind of cute way to end the story. But it was like, again, so well written, well drawn, beautiful book. pick it up, read it. I got one more question though. Lego Batman. Yeah. What's up? Did you do it? Did you cheat on your fiance? A gentleman never kisses and tells. All right, well, you heard that here. He probably could have, and we just didn't see it. Anyway, hit me up in the subs over here. Watch some more videos. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.